up into the second position, and the chase is on. Can he get to Simon Byrne? He's got about, what, a 6-second advantage. He's really got away in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, look, that was just Chris Pith a bit. Peter Ward, Mike Lightfoot there, cost him a bit of time, but he's now released from the other two cars. Let's give it another lap and a half so he can actually do a lap by himself and see how much car speed he's got. But correct the championship points. Of course, Chris does finish in second, means he's leading this championship by 11 points, but Simon Burns is then only 64 points behind Kane Lobb for second.
So the peak antifreeze replay of Chaos getting into the concrete off the exit, and that's his day job. He is a demolitions expert, but I think he'll be doing pretty hard to crack some of these walls. There's the reverse angle and gives it a slap. Maybe trying to get rid of what's left of that rear bumper.
Make comment on that, you're probably right there. As it works, time will tell, but of course...
Maybe not intentionally.
Interesting that Chris Pither hasn't actually jumped the Peter Ward car. There you go, coming in the pits. So
yeah, he's obviously got the
drive-through penalty, saying you better come and get that removed. They'll deem that if it falls off, it'll be a danger to another car.
Yeah, that's the black flag with the red circle in the centre of it. I think in motor racing circles we call that the meatball flag.
Yeah, you just try to ignore it, but sometimes you can't.
So Simon Burns just set the fastest lap of the race at a 1:52.8. So he's got good car speed. And Scott McKelvey in the second of the Red Commodores as the Australian goes walkabout off the end of turn number 1. Brett Holdsworth, that's Lee Holdsworth's brother, who races in the V8 Supercars. Brett is the 09 Commodore Cup champion in Australia, and he's also done some duty in the Australian V8 Supercar Development Series.
Forged a bit of a career for himself across the Tasman, so any mileage is good mileage. And here we go, the mirrors are starting to hang off these guys, so they're making contact with each other or the concrete walls.
The local Ford dealership, I'm sure, would have stocked up on Ford mirrors for the race weekend here in Hamilton.
Same for the Holden dealer. Here you go, the 69 car there.
Yeah, he's back out on track after that drive through to rip off the rear bumper.
Well, that actually takes the pressure off Chris Pither, because now when he looks in his mirror, all he's going to see is daylight. Of course, when he looks ahead at the moment, he's still going to see daylight, because Simon Byrne is 6 seconds up the road, so they've work to do.
So this battle group is 5th on back, headed by Jeff Kernahan, Scott McKelvey, Jeff Spencer, there's Graham Senior Bird. Huggy Urquhart just in behind him as Holdsworth goes off again.
Starting to struggle in these conditions, isn't he? But here we go, run down the inside.
SOS down the inside of Precious. Spencer making a nice pass there.
Obviously carry a fair bit more car speed there than what it looked like, so he's somewhat comfortable in the car given the conditions.
Yeah, Scott McKelvey looking to hold on to 4th overall in the championship.
Boys are looking very racy now.
Dave Stewart back there in the 15, former NZV8 runner. He had an offered qualifying, did a little bit of damage to the front end of the Metro Holden Commodore. So Jeff Kernahan in the 4th position at the head of this queue. This is the battle group for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and probably back to 9th for Dave Stewart in that group. Kernahan's outbraked himself. That gets another run up the inside for Jeff Spencer.
Yeah, but
that's up in the 4th.
The run's going to here into turn 2, because these guys are close now. Wait till they get to that braking zone. Around about 3 or 4 seconds time, while the tail lights come on.
Byrne got a run on McKelvey as well. McKelvey's got the inside line to 3, nudges into the quarter panel.
That was just coming a mile away, wasn't it? You could see it building up from turn 1, and they had a bit of a concertina there.
Yeah, Scott did a good job, though, getting out of it, though. He could have actually really turned Byrne around and made that a lot worse.
Now, going back to the battle up front, just very quickly, Simon Byrne, last lap time at 1:51.8. Chris Pither, last lap time, a 1:54.8. So that car obviously got damaged in that first corner incident with Kane Lobb, so he's just nursing that thing home.
Here's another peak antifreeze replay. Chaos through the chicane off the exit. I don't know that that was spectacular, because pretty much the Utes do that every lap.
Yeah, but if it had got a bit of a tank slapper on, it'd been quite disastrous.
There's Holdsworth going out on the wrong side of the curbs, and that's where Senior Byrne has just gone for a little bit of an expedition as McKelvey's going to try and go down the inside.
They've got a lot of car speed going on. One of these cars is not going to make this.
Oh, Byrne around the outside. He's going to try and get the Kernahan to the left-hander through the S's over the back of the circuit. This is definitely not over with the last lap board not too far away. James Huggy Urquhart, he's in there, and the Colourworks Commodore. So this is a good battle on track, as we said, for fourth on back. Simon Byrne again with the fastest lap of the race at 1:51.19. Ben Pither still back in the 54s. He's only 4 seconds ahead of Mike Lightfoot.
Just nursing that car home, but more importantly for Chris, he's doing the same lap times as the Scagor cars. Here we go, he's run wide, now we're down the crossover.
Byrne's going to cross him over.
Now watch with a drag race into 2 here. This is certainly not finished.
Huggy Urquhart's got by Scott McKelvey for position as well.
I don't think that means anything yet, as we've proven, because there's still another 8 quarters to go.
McKelvey goes to the outside on the run down towards turn number 2. And drives back around. Stuart Huggy outbrakes himself. Oh, that's going to get a little bit tight. Dave Stewart saw him coming. Brett Holdsworth thought, whoa, hang on, where are you going?
Yeah, I want to be a part of this. Exactly what's happening now.
We've had Rod Jarvis contesting the majority of the championships out of Australia. He's had more than 200 starts in the Australian V8 Utes. The opportunity for Holdsworth came up in the last sort of few weeks. Because the car originally started the season with Bob Grove. Mike Morton, T-Bones run that car throughout the season as well. So Simon Byrne, he's really got things out of control. Here he is on board the race leader. He's got a 15-second gap back to Chris Pither, who in turn has extended over Mike Lightfoot. And there's the last lap board for the McDonald's Ford. Simon Byrne right back into championship contention here, within 70 points of the championship lead. He's basically halved his deficit going into the start of the weekend, which started at 1:52.
God, look how he's driving. Look at the hand positions here. He's just so relaxed.
Well, he's gone quicker again,
work at the moment. He has
just hit the fastest lap at a 1:51.0.
But you can understand, nothing is hard from him there. He's so relaxed. He's got full control over the car. More importantly, full control over the circuit in these trying conditions. He can do no wrong. Saying that, let's hope we don't put the commentator's curse on him. Going through turn 2 into 3.
So Chris Pither, the new championship leader. But what will be said after that clash between himself and Lobb on the opening lap out of turn number 1, because it looked like there were at least a couple of different incidents that sort of triggered that off, and it continued on off the exit as Huggy goes back up the inside of McKelvey. These guys have passed each other about 8 times.
Yeah, but we saw Huggy be very generous coming into turn 2 and let everybody get down the inside. So
Dave Stewart's got to run up the inside of McKelvey as well.
Well, he learned his lesson from the lap before.
It's
not
just
go wide.
Outside the 10. Just with a little bit of turn and understeer, which is not untoward considering the conditions out there on the racetrack. But you got to say, for the majority, Mark, most of these guys have done a pretty good job. Because I don't know that I'd want to be racing one of these things out there in these conditions.
Well, I thought there was going to be a lot more coming on the back of the wreckers, but full credit to everybody out there. They've survived. You can see the backdrop. There's a bit of gloss getting to the track, which means the sun's shining off the water. So they did say that it was going to break at some stage, but we've mentioned that a few times today, and it hasn't happened.
So Simon Byrne looking for victory here in Hamilton. Race 1 for the NZV8 Utes, and this championship chase has just got turned on its head. Byrne has halved his championship deficit. Kane Lobb, the championship leader, going to the round with a DNF. Chris Pither should finish in second to take over the championship lead, but Simon Byrne dominates race number 1. An incredible drive in wet conditions here at the ITM 400 for Byrne. Chris Pither, daylight back to him. He was 17 seconds down, but out of the final corner, the new championship leader. But controversy after that clash between himself and Kane Lobb. Pither finishing in the 2nd position, and a great drive back there in 3rd for Mike Lightfoot in the BSL Racing Ford. He will cross the line in 3rd. Well, what's in store for the 2nd and 3rd races for the weekend, because we've got a new championship leader. Simon Byrne, though, taking the win. Chris Pither, the new championship leader, finishing 2nd ahead of Mike Lightfoot. An entertaining battle for 4th on back, with Jeff Spencer finally winning that over Graham Byrne, James Urquhart, Jeff Kernahan, Dave Stewart, Scott McKelvey, and Australian Brett Holdsworth.